Hello students, this is Dr. Anjani, Assistant Professor in Biotechnology. Today in this session we learn about Auchterlonie double diffusion. This technique was described by the scientist Auchterlonie, hence it is called Auchterlonie experiment or Auchterlonie double diffusion. It is called double diffusion because there is diffusion of both antigen and antibody. The interaction between antigen and antibody at molecular level forms the basis for several techniques that are useful modern day scientific studies and in routine diagnosis of the antigen and antibody at clinical studies. Auchterlonie double diffusion or immunodiffusion technique is one of the simplest techniques extensively used to check the specificity of the antisera for the presence of the antibodies for the particular antigen and also to determine its titer. 1% of the agarose solution was prepared by dissolving that in 1x assay buffer. This agarose will not go into solution at room temperature. You boil it, then agarose will be dissolved. Then allow the solution to cool to 55 to 60 degrees centigrade. It should not be cooled completely. Then take a clean glass slide and label it like antigen 1 antibody in the center and antigen 2 and place it on the horizontal surface. 5 ml of the gel solution, which is at 55 to 60 degrees centigrade, was poured onto a clean glass slide. The gel was allowed to set or solidify for about 20 to 30 minutes. After 20 to 30 minutes of solidification, the gel was punched with the help of the gel punch corresponding to the markings on the upper surface of the slide as antigen 1, antibody and antigen 2. So antibody will be made, the well will be made at the center and antigen 1 and antigen 2 will be on either side of the antibody well. While making the well and removing the cut gel piece, gentle suction was used to avoid forming rugged wells. So if the well is broken here and there, the spilling of the solution takes place. The uniform diffusion will not take place. So the known concentration of or the known dilution of the antigen 1 around 10 microliter, antigen 2 solution of around 10 microliter with known dilution were loaded in the respective wells without missing, without spilling, and they will be left undisturbed. And even the antibody solution will be loaded at the center. So we know the concentration and dilution of these antigen 1, antibody and antigen 2 solutions. And we are sure that we have not mixed the tips while loading each solution to the respective wells. And it will be kept undisturbed in the moist chamber to allow the diffusion of this antigen 1 and antigen 2 and to specify its their specificity towards the antibody which is loaded at the center. The antigen 1 and antigen 2 and antibody in the central well, they start diffusing. If there is specificity between the antibody and the antigen and antibody, they interact and they result in the formation of the complex, antigen-antibody complex. The formation of the opaque line, indicates the specificity of the given antibody towards the specific antigen. Here in this gel picture, you can see the specificity of the given antibody to the antigen 1. So the precipitant is due to the antigen 1 having the specificity towards the antibody. It results in the formation of the antigen-antibody complex, and when the concentration of the antigen-antibody complex is above the equilibrium level, then there will be formation of the visible precipitin line. So this precipitin line decides the specificity. This is how we do the Auchterlonie double diffusion. It is called double diffusion because there is diffusion of both antigen and antibody solution, and this experiment was shown by the scientist Auchterlonie, hence it is called Auchterlonie double diffusion. I hope you understood this technique. Thank you.